Richard. All right. First off, I want to give all honor and glory to God. For without him, we can't do nothing. With him, we can do all things. That's including today, we come here to celebrate my brother's birthday. It is bittersweet. It's bitter because the last 24 birthdays he's been on death row for a crime which he did not commit. It is sweet because we have yet another day, another opportunity to fight, to get justice, not just for him and for Stacy. And so with that, I'm going to read a little something I put together here. Just bear with me.
Roderick, before you start, you might want to get the megaphone because it's tough to hear.
Again, I say today we come here to celebrate my brother's birthday. And also let it be known how many years he's been on death row. How many years our family has not been whole. It's been 24 years. It's been a long time. And we have been patient and fighting hard to get justice for Rodney Reed and for Stacy Stites. Justice has been denied for Rodney and Stacy, and I am going to be the voice for my brother. I am going to be the voice for truth. I am going to be the voice for justice. I'm going to be the voice for right. That's all we're asking for, is for justice to prevail in this case, and for Rodney to have a fair trial. Everybody may not believe my brother is innocent, but we as a family and community and friends, we know the truth. My brother is innocent. But even those that don't believe my brother is innocent, if they sit down and just look at the transcripts and the facts and everything in this case, they know my brother didn't receive a fair trial. He didn't get that going out of the gate. And so we're still standing here today, almost 24 years later, still fighting for what everybody deserves, and that's fairness. And so justice has been in the streets, running them up for almost 24 years. It is not in the courthouse here in Bastrop where it needs to be. And we, as a community, need to see that justice is had, not just for Rodney, but for everybody. Even a blind person can see that there was no justice for Rodney during this trial. And we will continuously be out here seeking and looking for that justice. Just look around. We're we're standing here at the Bastrop Courthouse. We have monuments that represent racism. You know, you have to look at these monuments when you come in here and go to trial, letting you know that you don't stand a chance. The deck is stacked against you, and that's not right. I know it's a part of history, but it does not need to be represented where justice should be, and justice should be found. So with all that being said, we have to stand up together and fight for change. Not just change in my brother's case, not just change in Bastrop, but change for all of America, the world. We have to stand up for it. If we don't stand up for right, we shouldn't even stand up at all. So let's stand together and fight. And the change we need to make is to abolish the death penalty. We need to abolish the death penalty. We've made history here in my brother's case. Got over 500,000 faith leaders sign a petition. We had bipartisan support. We've had an amicus letter written by active and retired police saying the injustice in this case. We've had millions of signatures signed from all over the world. And what I say to that is everybody that stood up and was looking for justice for Rodney Reed, let's continue to fight because we haven't got it yet. And also let's stand together with that same force, that same spiritual mentality, and abolish the death penalty. All of us. All of us. That's what we need to do. So with that, I am going to close. You know, I want to thank everybody that has been in support of Rodney. Everybody that has signed a petition and took some sort of action, that have donated. All the media support that we get to get our chance to get the truth out there to save an innocent man's life on death row. I want to thank everybody. And my mom was supposed to be here today, and she's not feeling well, but she wanted me to also thank everybody on her behalf, because y'all have made life a little bit easier for us by standing united in solidarity with us through the struggle. And the struggle ensues. We're still in it. So when we get ready to leave here, we're going to get in our cars. We're going to do a little caravan. We're going to go around the street and just simply do that. And everybody just remember, together we stand, divided we fall. Thank you.
Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed!
Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed!
Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed!
Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Free Rodney Reed!
My name is Gloria Ruback, and a few of just came here today from Houston with the Texas death penalty abolition movement. And I think it's important that while Rodney is sitting on death row in solitary confinement on his birthday, we should know that the death penalty is going out. It's a matter of time. There are 34 states now that either have abolished the death penalty, have a moratorium on executions, or have not executed anybody in the last 10 years. That's a majority of the country. Unfortunately, we no longer have a Supreme Court that can use the evolving standards of decency to get rid of it, because Trump has appointed 3 people. But as Rodney and others sit on death row, we should remember that. The death penalty is going out. It's on its way out. Every year, executions are down, convictions for capital murder with a sentence of death are down, and public support is down. So we're going to free Rodney, and we're going to free them all.
Right on, right on, right on.
Brandy, you want to get in closer?
And we're gonna sing happy birthday. Randy's gonna leave.
So hopefully next year we can meet him with him at a big party. Yeah. We can celebrate together. Are you ready to sing out a sing happy birthday, RJ? Ready? Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rodney. Happy birthday to you.
And hopefully this will be his last birthday on death row. Hopefully this will be the last year we have to stand together and try to abolish the death penalty. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So after Roger does the interviews, we're just gonna line up here on facing Walnut and then go down to Main Street and come around to Chestnut. It's a very easy route. But if you have a sign, you can tape it up in your window, and we can honk our horns and yell "Free Rodney Reed" out the doors. Maybe get those fire.
Can I use that tape you have?
Yeah.
We made some signs to put on the car.
Yes, that's what I brought. Can you get up there in front? I want to take a picture.
You want to just look at me? That's perfect. You just look at me. You count the 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My name is Rodney Reed. That's Rodrickreed.
Brother, right?
I'm the brother of Rodney Reed.
So, what's going on here this afternoon?
Well, we're here to celebrate my brother's birthday. It's been 24 birthdays he's been confined. 23 of them on death row. And like I said, it's bittersweet. You know, it's bitter because we have to be apart from my brother for a crime he didn't commit. He's on death row. But it's sweet that we still have the opportunity to save his life, that we still have the opportunity to get justice, not just for Rodney, but for Stacey Stites as well. You know, justice is not for one, justice is not for all.
What's kind of the feeling every year when this comes around? Like, is it hard knowing that your brother can't be with you?
It's very hard knowing that he's not here with us wrongfully because they convict him of a crime he didn't commit. But we have to hold on to our faith. We have to keep our head up high. And we have to do what God wants us to do. And that's the right thing. And that is to get justice, for justice to be had for all.
somebody's watching this and doesn't completely know, like, the story of what's going on, what would you say to them? Like, what's the one key piece of information people should know?
The one key information that people should know is the fact that there are 4 or 5 medical examiners that have examined all the evidence and found that it's scientifically and medically impossible for my brother to have committed this murder, to have killed Stacey Stiles. We also know that with that same evidence that they have, it gives a time of death well before Jenny Fennell she said she left home. So that puts her in her apartment with her fiance at her time of death. That is crucial. That is key evidence that the world needs to know about. There's a mountain more, but if you really want to hang on to someone's meat, that's it.
The case has been pushed from February to March, is that correct?
It's been pushed back to May 17th. May 17th, we're having an evidentiary hearing here in Bastrop, and we're praying to God that all the witnesses are called, that all the medical and science findings are admitted into court so we can finally get a day of justice. Because people say that we want to free Rodney Reed, but what all we're really asking for is a fair trial. Because we know with that, Rodney Reed will free himself if he is given a fair trial.
What do you think about the pushback?
It hurts. It hurts. It bothers us. And at first, I was a little perturbed about it. But then the more I thought about it, it gives us more time to fight. It gives us more time to get together, to come together in solidarity and make a push, not just for Rodney, but a push to abolish the death penalty.
Have you or your family had a chance to watch the 2020 from a couple of weeks ago, and did you have any kind of response to watching that play out on national television?
Yes, we did watch the 2020 special, and I think they did an okay job. I feel they left a lot of stuff out that were crucial that the world should know, and that there was tons. We spent hours, but they left a lot of stuff out. But overall, I think they got the points out. You know, about the medical examiner, the time of death. They got the key crucial stuff out, but there's a whole lot that they missed, and so that is the reason that we're going to start a YouTube channel, and we're going to go into a lot of stuff that they missed on that YouTube channel. We're going to break it down. We're going to work with the lawyers from the Innocence Project and lawyers from other parts across the country and family members to put on this YouTube show and to just tell the truth like we see it.
When's the last time you talked to Rodney?
I haven't talked to my brother since this COVID stuff started back in March. We haven't been able to see him or nothing. He's on 23-hour lockdown, 24/7, you might as well say, and they're not letting nobody go in or nothing like that. But we do keep in contact with him via letters and through his attorneys.
How's he doing?
He's doing well. He was a little upset about the delay. You know, he was looking forward to getting all his evidence in court, but the lawyers explained to him that this actually could work out to his advantage, should I say.
Just how important is it to still continually be having events like this, maybe not just even to celebrate his birthday, but just repeatedly, keeping it kind of in the public's attention that, your brother is behind bars and you guys want him to get out as soon as possible?
It is very important that we keep this up. And we plan to. We plan to have an action, at least one action every month until May. We're going to try to do something every month, either be here in Bastrop or at the Capitol or the Governor's Mansion. We're going to be doing an action every month, and it's very important to keep the awareness up because there's been a great crime committed against my brother, and he is on death row for the crime that they committed against him. It's crazy. Anything? Y'all good?
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate your time.
Just that if we move and work together as a community, as a nation, we can not only, we can make a great difference. We can abolish this death penalty. It is racist. It's end of the day, it's just corrupt, and we can do without it. That's it.
Perfect, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rodney.
Can I grab that mic from you?
Yes, sir. Tell you better not to tell you.
All right, y'all will be coming back live for the caravan. See you soon.